Back in February of 2017, I built all Pokemon Centers from Generation 1 to Generation 6. On the 7th anniversary of this channel, let's go and build all Pokemon Centers from Generation 1 all the way to Generation 9 in time-lapse format. Let's get started. First up, we have the first generation, Generation 1, Pokemon Red, Blue, and Green, which is pretty much a very basic Pokemon Center with windows on top and a sign that says Poke. And on the inside, of course the game is all in black and white, but imagine like this dojo type style with the orange background and orange walls, which will be the theme for later on, of course. That's Nurse Joy on the left, of course the person who heals up your Pokemon after battle, and the far side is the Link Cable Club, and the white thing is the PC. So nothing too much with this Pokemon Center. Following that, we have Generation 2 Pokemon Gold, Silver, Crystal, which is pretty much the same as the first generation, except the roof is actually pretty pretty with all the different colors, so I think that was a great addition to that, although the interior is bland. The interesting thing is that in Generation 2 Pokemon Centers, the roof is actually different colors depending on which Pokemon Center you visited, so that sometimes it's red, orange, in this case pink. Up next, we are on to Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. This is when Pokemon Centers actually start to look like Pokemon Center, with the classic orange concrete roof, which is honestly just concrete paneling I guess in the game, a better entranceway, and make it more like a Pokemon Center in my opinion compared to Red and Gold. Inside, the walls are of course much different with the orange paneling, roofing, the ceiling, and of course Nurse Joy right there in the center. That's where she heals your Pokemon in that black thing. And of course we have your PC where you actually store your extra Pokemon that doesn't fit in your team of 6. You can see the escalator or the staircase leading up to the second floor. Up next, we have Pokemon FIRERED and LEAFGREEN, the remakes of Pokemon Red and Blue and Green. So a huge, massive improvement over those versions. You can see it's more circular now, and it has that orange tone to it, which is actually why I chose the orange walls in the Red Pokemon Center. You can see they actually have some windows now, a nice entryway, unlike in Red and Blue, which looks more like a standalone any type of building really, very basic. Inside is a lot better now. It has Nurse Joy in the center. On the right will be the PC and the map. And of course we have some walls surrounding the whole thing, being themed around yellow and red. I shall probably use concrete there, or I will change to concrete after actually, because I realize it looks much more cleaner and more accurate to the game. But yeah, this is FIRERED and LEAFGREEN. So this is technically not just a Pokemon Center, this is actually the networking building where you can connect, local connect, and trade in Pokemon, all that stuff. I decided to add this here just because I added it in my original Pokemon history video, so I decided to just do it here, which looks pretty cool. So it's kind of extra. Of course, this is in FIRERED and LEAFGREEN. You can see the it's a much bigger building because it had to fit a huge machine on the right side, so it's a much bigger building. You can see the Pokemon symbol on the top there. All the Pokemon Centers have that beyond Generation 2. It has a similar design, of course, to FIRERED, LEAFGREEN. So it's not too much really to add here. It really is a stretch out building of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Sorry, Pokemon FIRERED and LEAFGREEN. At least has some windows, which is cool. Yeah, I like the red and yellow tone to these buildings. Makes it more lively, much more cleaner. Make it much more like a health center. That's it. That's the networking machine being installed, and that will allow you to connect to Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon Stadium, and locally put on the final touches. Next, we on to my one of my favorite generations, Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, Platinum. This Pokemon Center was actually my favorite from last time I did this, originally back in 2017. You can see it has the orange theme similar to FIRERED, but except it has like these black things, black little strips going all along, which I thought added a lot to it. It has a white and black contrast, which looks very true to the game as well. You can see some llamas right in front of the doorway. So go inside, of course, there's more bats, and the the interior walls has that red and orange type of cube thing, whatever it's called. So that was kind of a different take on things. Pokemon symbol on the floor. So you have Nurse Joyce with his with her exact same size desk. On the right side would be the map in the PC, with a lot of trees and sitting areas. So up next is Pokemon HEARTGOLD and SOULSILVER, one of the most famous Pokemon games. This was actually one of my favorites to make as well, because this is actually a although the other two has two stories, this actually has a second floor and an open to below space. So what I decided to do is add both floors, just because you can't see it from the entryway. You don't have to go through any like warp zones to get there, or warping, whatever it's called. So go outside, you can see it has the same kind of style of Diamond. Of course, the remake of, well, it's not a remake, it's the same generation as Diamond, but it's a remake of Pokemon Gold and Silver. So you can see the huge improvement over the brick walls here. And on the inside, of course, it's stressed out a little bit so it can fit that back part. So in this case, the Pokemon Center actually has a have no Nurse Joy in the center. It doesn't have the Pokemon yet. That don't come till Generation 5. But you can see Nurse Joy's being built. Her desk, her healing stuff, her computer. I assume that's a computer. I don't know what that thing is on the right. It's always there, so I always choose to keep Pokemon records, something like that. So you can see the top floor is being built. I believe the top floor is, I can't remember, it's been a while, but I think the top floor is how you can play with others locally or even online. Moving on to Generation 4, we have Generation 5, Pokemon Black, White, Black 2, White 2, with their Pokemon Center. So this is actually very different from all the other ones, because it's pretty much a glass building, but it's not totally glass. It has a lot of things going on inside. So this is actually a building that is worth furnishing all the way, just because you can actually see directly inside. And this is also the first Pokemon Center with a Pokemon inside. And the Pokemon is pretty much a place where you can buy your medicines, XP, and all that stuff for your Pokemon. You'll see it going to the right side there, that's where it will be. In blue, those are the shelves. And like it, Pokemon HEARTGOLD, it also has a two-story open to below thingy in the back. So it's kind of similar format and layout. On the left there is a sitting area for guests, and where the guy tells you how many Pokemon you collected, or where he gives you, special items to get legendary Pokemons and mythical Pokemons. That iron thing in the center there is, of course, your healing pad, where Nurse Joy can heal your Pokemon. You can see it in action in the games. And on the top floor is, of course, a network center. So, not a network center, a trading center. Six is where everything changed, from 2D to 3D. Although although the previous two generations did have 3D elements, X and Y was fully 3D. So you can see the Pokemon Center being built right there. It is much more detailed than the other ones, not by much, but a little bit more. And you can see my character spazzing out while building the glass, or in the roof, I guess. I don't know why that happened, but I guess it just happened. So this center doesn't offer too much compared to Black and White. Although it's much different, it has the same features. It has the Pokemon inside, it has the something on the top left. I haven't really played through Pokemon X and Y fully, so I actually don't know. But it is a different layout, which you would expect to see. It's one story, although it has the same features. And of course, because all the same stories, I had to build all of it. So it was a little bit more work than usual, but I still got through. It was no big deal. And you may have noticed, all these Pokemon centers, all the walls are doubled in sides, because in these Pokemon Center I want to keep true to its scale. I didn't want to stretch it out like I did before, so that's my biggest difference that I did compared to the original series I did of all Pokemon Centers. But yeah, you can see the shop is going in right there in the top right, and the story will be in the orange center there, and I have no idea what goes on in the red area. Up next, we have Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Of course, the remakes of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. So you can see here the Pokemon Center looks very similar to what it looked like back then, except it has this monitor on the right side with that same cylinder-like curves on each corners. It has that little attic up there. I don't know what that's for. I assume it's the attic. I don't know. Who knows? It's just there. I assume it's just a skylight just to brighten up inside, but I don't know why it did inside, so who knows. You can see the interior is being built there. It's pretty much the same thing. There's much to say, except let me know in the comment section below which is your favorite Pokemon Center and which one looks better compared to the original Pokemon Center which I built back in 2017. So let me know that in the comment section below. And you can see the Nurse Joy desk there is being built and the green screen is behind her this time. Another huge breakthrough here. This is Generation 7 Sun and Moon. And the Pokemon has nothing that you've ever seen before. They completely changed it and I think I love it a lot. So this is like a mushroom shaped Pokemon Center with the different color palette, kind of like a mushroom in a way, similar to Mario. Hint. But yeah, that's what's being built there. It has a nice skylight on top, and it has a little entryway, so you can actually tell that's actually how you enter it. A lot of glass, so you can see right through it, which is why I think this is another worthwhile furnished building. In the center, we have Nurse Joy's desk with the blue monitor behind her, similar to last generations. And on either side, on the left side, we have a shop which we can shop at, and on the right side, we have a Pokémon which we can actually shop at to help our Pokemon. So, yeah, this is a great Pokemon Center. Great job, designers. Here at Generation 7, let's go Pikachu and Eevee. We have another remake of Generation 1, Red, Blue, and more specifically, Yellow. This Pokemon Center, an amazing improvement from I think FIRERED and Pokemon Reds for sure. So it has a red tone with the black strips coming up, a great mix of Pokemon Diamonds Pokemon Center and Pokemon Sun and Moons. On the inside, it's pretty basic because it is a pretty basic generation. It's Generation 1 we're doing. So we have Nurse Joy's desk, and I don't even think there's even a Pokemon in here. So it's really just a health center. Back to the basics. I love it. You have a blue this time on either side to accommodate the monitor. It gets better with Generation 8 Pokemon Sword and Shield. One of the best Pokemon centers in my opinion. In terms of design. The storefront windows, which makes you really want to visit this building, even though it's a healing center, but it also has the 2 stores which you're about to see. It makes it a perfect Pokemon in my Pokemon center in my opinion. Although I liked rubies and diamonds, but I think it was a great refresher, similar to what Pokemon Sun did in their Pokemon Center. You can see the chimneys going up. We go inside. We have the similar layout. The Nurse Joy's in the center. The Pokemon is on the right, and there's another store on the left. The lobby is where people can just hang out and enjoy the shops, or something. I don't know, but it's a great Pokemon Center nevertheless. For our final remakes, we have Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and this is pretty much the exact copy of Pokemon Diamond. There's not much difference, except in the game, the graphics are a little bit cleaner and nicer, but in Minecraft, it's pretty much exact same. So there's not too much to say here. Although the roof looks a lot more better and colorful, so that's your real main difference there. Finally, we have Pokemon Generation 9 Scarlet and Violet. Instead of having a building, it is a canopy, and that is because, unlike all the other Pokemon games, this is a very open world game. So that's why it's a canopy this time, and there's a lot of them. You can see the 3 colors there. On the left is the TM bot, the red is Nurse Joy, and the blue is the Pokemon, which looks a lot tinier, much more tiny this time. And it is, because it is just a canopy. with that concludes all Pokemon Centers from all the main series Pokemon games. If you like this, leave a like. If you hate it, you know what to do. But yeah, download will be in the description below, and I'll catch you all next one. Take care. Bye-bye.